Miami-Dade County, under the leadership of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, is moving swiftly to expand COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community.
Hello and welcome in WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm your host, Philip Capuzzi, and before we get into the program this morning, I just wanted to echo my introduction from last week and mention that our hearts and minds are with everyone in Cuba right now here at the station. I felt it important to mention that, and I'm also going to be playing Cuban music for my entire Latin jazz program right after this show. And we're also in the middle of a really exciting drive here at the station, too. Last week, we had an Amazon gift card drawing. This week, we have an 8th generation 32-gigabyte iPad linked to the donation. So if you make a donation before 7 p.m. tomorrow night, you're entered into that drawing. And there's also a number of other benefits that you can receive from donating in general or becoming a sustaining member for a donation of $60 or more. Here at WDNA, since we're a community station, we're much in need of listener support. So we ask you, even if you have donated before, to consider redonating, or if you've never donated before and you enjoy programs that we bring to you on a daily basis, like these live programs, the FIU Music Hour and the Frost Jazz Hour, please consider making a donation. It's tax deductible, and it goes so far to maintain this community that we've built up here at WDNA. So, like I said, a really exciting program for us here this morning. We have with us Tim Jago, Troy Roberts, Brian Tate, and Lucas Apostoleris to play some very, very new music released, I believe, only 4 days ago, record entitled Best Buddies. So, with that, we're going to talk a little bit later in the program, but I think we can just jump into the music. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Take it away. With that, we welcome you back in WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour, every Thursday morning from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. We have with us a very special program this morning. With us on tenor saxophone, Troy Roberts; on electric guitar, Tim Jago; on upright bass, Brian Tate; and on drums, Lucas Apostoleris, in the wake of Tim and Troy's new record, Best Buddy, released on Toy Robot Music 4 days ago, July 18th. And also, speaking of exciting news, here at the station, we're celebrating summer with a fundraising drive to support beautiful programs like this and the 24-hour programming that we bring you on a day-in, day-out basis. Real human programming. Every single person on the staff at WDNA really cares about the music that they're playing. And because we put so much effort into serving the music in that way, we are in need of listener support. So if you do have it within your means to support the station, let's say it's within your means to donate $120, you'll receive a really cool t-shirt design. And when I say really cool, I don't say it lightly. I have the t-shirt myself. And you'll also be entered into a drawing for a 32-gigabyte 8th generation iPad if you donate before tomorrow night at 7 p.m. But honestly, don't even delay. Just do it right now while it's on your mind. Support WDNA, support the music community, and just become a part of this beautiful family. So Tim and Troy and Brian and Lucas, thanks so much for being with us here this morning. That last tune entitled A New Porpoise. And like I mentioned, all of the set here this morning is from Best Buddies, which was recorded with a different rhythm section, Carl Florison on bass and Ben Vonderwall on drums, but Lucas and Brian filling in beautifully here this morning. We'll talk in a little bit, but let's just move on with some music for now. 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm your host, Philip Capuzzi. Pleased to be joining you. Troy Roberts and Tim Jago quartet here with us live and direct from the Jazz Gallery. Smoking at the Gallery, Troy Roberts on tenor saxophone, Tim Jago on electric guitar, Brian Tate on upright bass, and Lucas Apostoleris on drums. And I welcome you back to the Frost Jazz Hour here on this fine Thursday morning. Want to remind you, before we go to the break at the bottom of the hour, that we're here in the middle of a drive at the station. And if you donate any amount before tomorrow evening at 7 p.m., you're entered into a drawing to win a 32-gigabyte 8th generation iPad, in addition to a 2-night getaway at the boutique Orchard Key Inn in Key West, Florida. So a lot on the line and no reason to wait. Donate right now, 305-662-8889 or WDNA.org. It's tax deductible. Any amount goes so far to help beautiful live programming like this, and then all the other unique programming that we provide to you from the bottom of our hearts on a daily basis here at WDNA. So with that, we're going to hear some messages from the station and then come right back with more live music from this wonderful quartet. welcome back live and direct, WDNA 88.9 FM here on this fine Thursday morning. You are tuned into the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm your host, Philip Capuzzi, and we have a very incredible program here this morning. We have Troy Roberts alongside Tim Jago on tenor saxophone and electric guitar respectively, with Brian Tate joining on upright bass and Lucas Apostoleris on drums, and they're playing all tunes from Troy and Tim's new record, Best Buddies, which was released 4 days ago, so it's almost as novel as it gets. We're going to step into another track from that record in just a moment, but before we do so, I just wanted to remind the listeners once more that we're here in the middle of a drive at the station. So if you have it within your means to financially support the station, whether that be to become a sustaining member, which is a donation of $60 or more, which comes with a number of perks, including access to some live events at the Jazz Gallery here once we start to open up the station more. And then also, if you donate any amount before 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, you're entered into a drawing to win a 32-gigabyte 8th generation iPad, as well as a getaway to the Key West Inn. So make your donation right now. It's tax deductible. Any amount goes so far to help the station. 1/3 of our operating budget is listener supported, so it's an extremely sizable number, so we really do need the listener support. WDNA.org or 305-662-8889. And with that, let's sit back into the music here on the Frost Jazz Hour. Troy Roberts on tenor saxophone, Tim Jago on electric guitar, Brian Tate on upright bass, and Lucas Apostoleris on drums. And I welcome you back to the Frost Jazz Hour here on this fine Thursday morning. I'm Philip Capuzzi, pleased to be joining you. Wanted to also let you know that next week we're going to have Ben Beal on vocals alongside Marty Quinn on bass, Gib Mandish on drums, and Jean Kays on trumpet. So looking forward to that program as well. And this program here this morning is very special because it's in the wake of a new release from Tim and Troy entitled Best Buddies on Toy Robot Music, which I believe is your own label, Troy? Awesome. So I wanted to talk a lot about the record because I'm very intrigued by it. But I wanted to first just ask you guys so you can share with the listeners how you came to know each other and how you came to connect so deeply. I know you guys both grew up in Western Australia, kind of went through the music school scene there, and then decided to come over to Miami. So what was the impetus for initially deciding to make that trek together?
Well, you kind of said it, but it didn't actually happen together. I think I came over first. I first came over here as an exchange student, actually. I was the first of the exchange program that was connected between the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts and the Frost School of Music. Back then it was just the University of Miami. And I was the first to do that in 2002. My last semester of my undergrad from home I did on exchange. And after many years I wanted to move back to the US and explored my options, and I was very fortunate to get offered a master's at a teaching assistantship for the master's program in 2005. So I came back to the US that way and kind of settled in Miami in 2005 for a while, and Tim kind of followed shortly after. But we've known each other since we were college buddies. I think 2000. I think we worked it out. Yeah, it's like.
And have you guys been playing together in Miami since 2005, 2006, that area?
What year did you came over in? 2010. Tim came over in 2010. So, but I would get home to play festivals and gigs at least once a year, and we played a lot. Even when I'd moved over here, we'd get back and play a lot. And then when Tim moved over here, he joined my New Jive band. And so, we've been very fortunate to record. We're about to record the 4th album of that band, and we've traveled around the world playing that music together. But this is the first project of ours that's like a co-led thing that came out of a very organic situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another question I had. Was what was the process in putting this project together? Troy, I know you've released quite a few projects as a leader. But Tim, less so, having been more of a sideman through your career. So how did this project come to be? What was the process of composition and then into recording and into finalizing everything and actually releasing it?
I guess I don't have any albums out that's the Tim Jago thing, but I have a trio called The Grid, and I have 3 albums out with them, and that's like a collaborative thing. So it's all about collaboration for me. It's having a band sound, and I think we captured that with this album because we're playing with 2 long-time friends as well from Perth, Ben Vanderwall and Carl Flores, and they're kind of our go-to players whenever we go back home to play, and Ben actually plays in the band that I mentioned before, The Grid. But we were stuck in Perth. Well, I say stuck, but we had gone back during the height of the pandemic, gone back to Perth to visit the family and make sure everything's okay. And so we were kind of stranded there. They wouldn't let us leave. So we thought, we were sitting on our thumbs kind of thinking, what are we going to do? And the restrictions started to get lifted quite quickly in Perth because they handled the pandemic very well, and numbers were down to 0 cases. So places started opening up within a month. And we were allowed to get together and play. So we did that once a week at Ben's place and just cultivated this material, basically just playing standards to keep ourselves sane, just getting together once a week. Just like Troy mentioned before, it was a very organic process because we just decided, we may as well record because we've been playing for this just for fun. And so we had a friend who had a home studio and invited us to just come and jam at his house. So we did that, and then we just pressed record. Basically Troy and I decided to write our own melodies on some of the great standards that we love. So that one of the themes of the album is contrafact tunes. Yeah, and that was how it came about. It was very, like you said, organic, very natural process. And we
Awesome.
were able to workshop the stuff because places, like I said, the restrictions were lifted. So we were able to play some shows and get it all together before the recording. And pretty happy with it, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a really incredible project. I was actually listening to it a second time on the drive down to the show. Kind of implied by the name of the record, then also, easily evidenced by the fact that you guys have known each other for so long. And it's even, evident just from the interactions that you have when you play. I'm just curious, because you guys have played a lot with a lot of different situations and a lot of different areas, and you haven't necessarily been deeply connected with everyone that you've played with, because that's just not the way that it goes. But when you get into a situation like this, where you can trust the person that you're playing with deeper than the music, I personally feel as though it creates, something just that kind of grabs the listener in a special way. So I'm just curious, how important is that to both of you guys in, how you approach playing with people? And then how much of a difference do you think it makes when you feel like you really know the person personally outside of the music?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. I haven't thought about it a lot. I guess I took it for granted growing up in Perth. I was very fortunate to have a close bunch of friends that we used to play a lot. We travelled with this great multi-instrumentalist, James Morris, and he kind of showed us the way of how music should be like a family, how a band, when it's like a family, just the results of the music is incredible. So yeah, I was fortunate to be part of my first band, Void, back in Australia. And that was really like a family thing. We're all best friends and kind of lived out of each other's pockets, and it really reflected in the music. But the thing is, I took that for granted. I thought, oh, this is how it's always going to be, like, because that was my first real experience. And obviously, the older I've gotten and more experiences I've had, I've realized that's actually a very rare thing. I'm very lucky to have it with my New Jive band, as well as some other friends, and especially Tim. The older I've gotten, I value those things so much more, because that doesn't happen with everyone, So yeah, I'm really glad that we made this record. It's a great reflection on exactly that little X factor that it kind of glues the music all together.
Yeah, it really comes across in the music, Even you guys playing today in an early morning set and just absolutely getting after it. I have a lot of respect for it. So do you have any plans in terms of touring with this record? Also, I guess I was also curious, because you've released so much music, in an ever-changing music industry, and you own your own label. So basically, if you have any thoughts, that you've kind of gathered over the years as you've kind of engaged in the music industry.
Yeah, I started my own label. I mean, it's pretty much just for namesake, but it's something I should have done a long time ago. My brand would have been that much stronger. But this marks my 13th release as a leader, and everything I've ever done, even if it has been on a quote unquote label, it's been a small label that's really just for namesake too, access to that person's contacts and venues, publicists. But essentially everything I've done has been self-released, self-funded, self-released. So yeah, for me, everyone's journey is different, but for me, I should have started my own label a long time ago, because I pretty much have been doing all the work of having my own label. But that's not everyone's path. There are people out there that get really lucky, that a label's really interested in them and they get a really great ride out of it. Not everyone's cut out to do all the work on the back end of just playing music, which is a lot. Gary Keller told me once, never confuse music with the music business. It's very true. So we actually just got back from a little tour. We were in Omaha, Nebraska, of all places. We played a great club out there called the Jewel. I think we got a few more local hits coming up. I think we've just booked October 6th at Smalls in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, there will be a bit more touring for this group, absolutely. But yeah, it's a little tough in light of COVID, but it really looks like things are opening up. I mean, my schedule's getting busy coming up, so it's looking hopeful.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for coming by this morning and sharing your music with us. It's been so incredible so far. I'm excited for the last two tunes. Just wanted to remind the listeners, if anyone's just joined us, you're listening to the Frost Jazz Hour every Thursday morning from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. And we're also in the middle of a fundraising drive here this week. So if you have it within your means to financially support the station, you can call 305-662-8889 or visit WDNA.org. It's tax deductible. And if you make a donation before 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, you're entered into a drawing to win an 8th generation 32 gigabyte iPad, as well as a getaway in Key West. So don't delay, donate now, support beautiful live programs like this, which feeds back into the artist community of guys like Tim and Troy and Brian and Lucas, who are so grateful to share their time with us here this morning. So for the final time, I'm Philip Capuzzi. Thanks for joining me here this fine morning, and we're going to close out with two tunes that segue into one another, Faux 20 into King of Hearts from Best Buddies, released 4 days ago on Toy Robot Music. Yeah. Troy Roberts on tenor saxophone, Tim Jago on guitar, and Brian Tate on upright bass, and Lucas Apostoleris on drums, performing the music of Best Buddies, out now as of July 18th on Toy Robot Music. This has been the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm your host, Philip Capuzzi. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you especially to these incredible musicians for being with us and sharing their music with us here this morning. And I just wanted to mention, you, the listener, one more time that we are in the midst of a fundraising drive here at the station. So if you're able to financially support the station by making a donation, any amount, large or small, goes so far to sustain live programs like this and all the other wonderful things that we have going on here at WDNA. And we want to give you something back for your donation. So if you donate before tomorrow evening at 7 p.m., you're entered into a drawing for a 32-gigabyte 8th generation iPad, as well as a potential getaway two-night that is to Key West. So like I've said a couple times in the program, a lot on the line, no reason to delay. So WDNA.org or 305-662-8889.